Ladies and gentlemen from across the world, welcome back to the Hard Count. It is time. We have a huge agenda today, and let's go through it right now. First, we're gonna start this off with a snake mock draft. Have you ever been to a tailgate before and all those delicious foods are just laying out? We're gonna do a tailgate mock draft. What foods we think would be the best, and we're gonna go in a snake draft one by one and make the best roster possible. Following that, we're going to have our season winners for all sports: NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, the Stanley Cup, and March Madness. I know there's more sports than that, but those are the ones we care about today. We're going to give our 6 season winners. Following that, it's Bert's Bookie Beware. BBB, Big Baller Brand. Bert's going to give his 2 college football locks for this weekend, and he doesn't miss, so you know they're going to be absolute locks. And then to wrap it up, the main event of the evening, we have a fantasy mock draft, 10-team, half PPR format, all the regular rules. And we're just going to go round by round, and we're going to each have a spot, and it's going to be great. So from here, we're going to kick it off at the very top. The opening segment, the 3-round top tailgate food draft. Brandon, take it away, man. I'm very excited, looking forward to this, because there are some very good foods on tailgating days as we know of.
Oh, yes. I don't know however you do your tailgate, there are fantastic foods all around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd like to take the time to introduce David Burt right now.
My bad.
Welcome. Hey, it's not your bad. It's not your bad. He's just sitting right there. No. This is David's first live stream with us. First ever video with us, I believe. So, welcome to the Hard Count, David.
Well, David.
Long time friend.
Here.
Yeah, he went to school with that guy over there and that other box. Yeah. So anyway, snake drafts. I'm sure you've seen it on TikTok. It's a trend. We're gonna snake it. It's gonna go me first, David second, Cade third, and it's gonna snake all the way back. If you've done a mock draft before or know anything about sports or watched the sport TikTok, you've probably seen it. So we're gonna get right into it, and Are you ready? Are you guys ready for this heat?
Let's go.
I got the first overall pick. I have the Christian McCaffrey of this year's pick.
No pressure.
Okay? And I think that's just the hot dog. I'm gonna go with number 1. Can't go wrong with just a nice glizzy. What? I'm sorry. That was just a hot dog.
They don't miss.
Hey,
I like that.
I was gonna ask if you could add like brats in the same context as that, because I'm more of a brat guy than a hot dog guy. But if you guys want to separate them, we can separate them. But if you just want to say,
right?
Cylindrical meat,
I think
we
it's
can
the same
do that.
Yeah, we'll go the same.
Same
Yeah,
category.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so meat and buns. Whoa.
Whoa.
Anyway,
Brandon, you're
we're
kicking
gonna move
us
on.
wrong.
Yeah,
It's a good pick.
All right, thank you,
I
David.
like that. So we're going hot dogs and brats together. I think with my number 2, I'm going to go buffalo chicken dip. I think
Buffalo chicken dip.
It's a consistent, yummy treat on a game day that just doesn't miss.
I'm not gonna lie, that was my sleeper. Kind of salty. You took that one. I was gonna take that in the 3rd.
That's an A+ snipe right there. Personally,
That was
buffalo
nice.
chicken dip never misses. So we got hot dogs off the board with Brandon and glizzies, or not glizzies, but what are they called? Bratwurst combo in
Brats.
1. 2 went Bert with the buffalo chicken dip, and now it's to me 3, but I'm on the turn as well, so I got 2 picks. Off the board, I'm not just going to say barbecue in general because that's just messed up. I'm going to go pulled pork. I'm a big fan of some nice steamy pulled pork on game day. My father's friends, they make a mean one, and there's nothing quite like it. And then for number 2, the second pick, and this one's very important because we're not going to be picking until the very, very end. I'm going to go with good old-fashioned burgers. They don't miss.
Yeah.
Easy to make. People that can't see straight at the games, they can still make them. They're consistent, and it's a B+ player at all times.
Yeah.
I think it's a good play right there.
I
Thank
like
you.
the play. I'm not gonna lie. I thought burgers might even make it down to me, and I was like, you ain't gonna really get me to A-list foods right there, and just back-to-back picks. But there we go. Cade Snipes burgers, rightfully so, in the 2nd round on the snake. David, give us your number 2.
All right, so this one's going to be a little specific. With the number 5 pick in the draft, I'm going to take chili. But specifically, it's got to be chili with a plastic spoon and in a styrofoam bowl. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see.
That kind of chili.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Are you a beans and chili or no beans and chili guy?
I'm a loaded up kind of guy. I want
Mm,
beans, sour cream, cheese, everything.
mm.
Everything.
Want it all. Want it all.
Yep.
I love it. I love that pick. All right. Now, to wrap up Team 1 with already hot dogs and bratwursts, I think I've got to go with Old Faithful with just some good old-fashioned buffalo wings.
Yep.
Ooh,
I got to
that's
take the
good.
wings. The wings are number 2 right there. Good hand food. You know, you can just chow 2 of them down real quick, go right back to the beer. Okay, and I would say beer, but legally it's not food, so you know. But no, no. So wings at number 2 on my final pick of the start of round 3. I was thinking of like a nice wrap up, but
Ooh.
I'm just gonna go. Chips and queso. I'm just gonna go chips and queso.
It's pretty dang
I
good.
think to wrap it out, just a nice, good old chips and queso. Can't really beat it. Real
No.
easy to do. David, to finish out your team, what would you say?
Yeah, with the third pick on my team, I think I'm gonna just go with a consistent guy. It's just gonna get me, 10 points per week, just that consistency. We're going with the potato chip here. We're going
Oh
potato
yeah,
chip. Yep. Just the wide range, barbecue, original, whatever. We're going with that.
I like that.
Pretty phenomenal pick right there. Bert's been
Yeah.
sniping these picks across the board.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Final pick of the draft. We currently have pulled pork. My second one was, I forgot. I'm short. Help me out.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Burgers. Yeah, how could I? Pulled pork and burgers. I mean, lots of red meat across the board. To finish it up, this one's kind of a unique one, but it's very good on the go. It's called taco in a bag. So you get like Fritos or Doritos, and you just throw some sour cream, a little bit of salsa, get it all mixed up. And you can take that to the game and walk in and throw it in the trash. Kind of the perfect
I like
walk-around
that.
food. Just,
I like
just,
that.
My, just my opinion. But we'll go back to the top. Brandon, go through your 3, then we'll go through Burst 3, then I'll wrap it up.
Okay, with my pick, got the clear cut. I think number 1 favorite in hot dogs and bratwursts. Then we got buffalo wings. Any wings you like. Wings, anything. You can put barbecue sauce on it. I don't care. Garlic, Parmesan, whatever fancies your. And then we got chips and queso. Classic
Good
So
American tailgating foods right there. I've seen them all there. I've enjoyed them all at a tailgate. David, what is your top 3?
Yeah, second overall, we went with the buffalo chicken dip, which might have been a reach in some eyes, but I wanted it on my team, so I took it. Number 2, we took chili on a nice fall day. Chili just never misses. It's great, warms you up inside. It's great. And then number 3, we went with the classic potato chip.
Mm. You know, I think David won the hearts of Buffalo Bills fans with those picks. That's what I have to say. I think
Well, thank you,
Ryan.
Buffalo, New York is very happy with David's picks right there.
Well,
That's just
thank
my
you.
guess. I've never been to a
Yeah.
Bills game. I've never jumped through a table. I want to, but okay. What are you going with?
Yeah, loved y'all's rosters. I personally like them a little bit more than mine, but I had burgers, Old Faithful, pulled pork, and then taco in a bag. And that is our 3 different lineups for tailgate foods. That is our draft. And now going to our next segment. We're picking our season winners for every single sport. Not every single one, but 6 of the most popular ones. And we're going to go through it now. I will start at the top. We have NFL, college football, NBA, MLB, Stanley Cup, hockey, and March Madness, of course. Let's do this thing. NFL, I'm going to be a homer here. I'm going with the Lions because this is the first time in my entire life we're even in the conversation. So, of course, I'm picking the Lions. Just do it for fun. We'll go Lions. And then for college football, I have the Ohio State Buckeyes. They kept a lot of players this year. They have a very veteran roster and got some great transfers as well. Look out for them. They're good. I think the Big Ten is going to take back the Natty Champ this year. Then I got the Mavs because I'm a Mavs fan because I'm from Dallas. And we're pretty good, and I think we're a couple games away from making it happen. And then the Guardians. I mean, obviously, we were in it last year. And then the Guardians, the Cleveland Guardians. Give me Iguodala. I think the Guardians are going to make it happen in the MLB playoffs this year for the World Series. And then for hockey, I got the Stars. I guess another homer pick right there. But Stars are a young, talented team. Will be good for a long, long time. And then for March Madness, I'm wrapping up with, I think it's Rock Chalk Jaywalk, the Kansas Jayhawks are some studs. Those are my 6. Let's throw it to Bert, and we'll wrap it up with Brandon. Bert, what are your top 6 picks to win this year?
Yeah, so starting at the top, I chose a team that I'll give you some hints. They're waiting on a wide receiver to sign with them, but then once he signs, he's going to run through the Lions, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and anyone else in the NFC. Give me the 49ers all day. We should have been there last year. We're going to do it this year. We're going to make it happen. Give me the 49ers all day long. College football, I'm with you, Cade. I think the Big Ten takes it back. I think Ohio State has a very talented roster. I think that they make it happen.
That's what I'm talking about.
NBA, we're going with the younger team of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think that they were a young team last year. They got some experience under their belt. They're ready to go this year. MLB, we're going with the Philadelphia Phillies. Exciting team, exciting fans. Let's see if they can make it go in the long run. NHL, we went with the Colorado Avs. Just a powerhouse. They've been good for a few years now. See if they keep it going. And then March Madness. Let me break this down for you.
Talk to me.
There's a team that had five-star recruits. Not just any 5 stars, like 3 in the top 5 and the rest in the top 10 in the nation, including Cooper Flag. The Duke Blue Devils are taking it home this year. The Duke Blue Devils are taking it home this year. Lock it in. Put the mortgage on it. Duke is taking it home. And
Okay.
that's all I got. Thank you.
Phenomenal.
I like it. Well, I love those picks from each of y'all. I have something to say about almost all of them, but we'll save that for each pick. But with NFL, clearly you got the flag behind me. Now we're still young, so I'm not gonna say that as much as I want to. Okay, but we'll see you next year, or maybe. No, I'm gonna be realistic, and I'm gonna take an actual favorite. I'm gonna go with a three-peat. I think the wide receiver core got better. I think Mahomes, you just can't, dude. Till someone figures out how to beat Mahomes. Right now, it's Mahomes' ball game. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs. I know the boring pick. I literally only have the state of Missouri on my side on that one, and that's okay. I totally would choose the Bears, but I don't want to come out of like left field, so we'll see what they're made of. But I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs to win the Super Bowl and take the three-peat. But after that, Caleb's coming. Okay. No more three-peat after that. So that's it. They can have their three-peat. And then the NBA, I'm going to go straight to the NBA. I'm going to homer pick it, and I'm going to say the Dallas Mavs. I don't think there's a team that has more of a chip on their shoulder than the Dallas Mavs. Okay. I think they only got better, right? So then the NHL, I'm going to go with a homer pick as well, the Dallas Stars. We've literally been in the Western Conference Finals, if not the finals, for the past like 3 years.
That part.
It's coming. It's just that might even be more due than the Mavs, in my opinion.
Without doubt.
So I think the Stars are hoisting the cup here next year. With the MLB, I got the Baltimore Orioles winning it all. They're young, they're fast, they're fun to watch. The reigning champs beat them at home last year. I think they got a chip on their shoulder. They're going through it, and they're going to dominate that AL side and then take the World Series from anybody in the NL. Way too easy. And then I'm going to save my college football pick for last because I think that's a little interesting. I was going to it's funny cuz I'll save it. But for March Madness, it's funny that you guys mentioned all these teams getting all these Coop what's his name from the Duke getting the New Balance deal just now. And you got Walk Chalk Jayhawk, right? Go all the Big 12. Well, there was a team that had a coach that an NBA team, a historic NBA team wanted. The Los Angeles Lakers wanted this head coach. They were going to pay him half the city of LA to come coach LeBron and help him win a finals because they were like, God, we need some coach. But he decided to stay with his home team, and there's got to be a reason for that because he likes what he built. He knows he can win it this year, and that is the Yukon Huskies, baby. They're going to go all the way. They're going to dominate the March Madness bracket. That's my pick to win March Madness. For the college football playoffs, I had Ohio State earlier today. That's funny. And then I kept thinking, I was like, I could choose Bama. I could choose Oregon. I can choose Georgia. That's fun. Choose the top 4 teams, Sure. Or, Texas entered my mind. I thought, it's there if their running backs didn't go down, like both their starters. I think that's going to injure them in the long run. But I'm going to go with a dark horse candidate. And if they remain healthy, I believe this quarterback has the potential to win the Heisman. And I believe this team can ruin lives in this 12-team bracket. And that is the Ole Miss Rebels. I'm going to say to take the Natty title. I think they can sneak up. They can get a home game at the start of the playoffs, dominate whoever that is. Hopefully it's not Oklahoma State, and then just run their way through the rest of the conference. So that's who I'm taking them to win the Natty title right there. Those are my picks.
That was absolutely phenomenal. Thank you for the analysis too. I mean, Jackson Dart and the Ole Miss Rebels are going to come screaming.
Yeah, I like it.
This 12 team is going to be electric. I'm going to throw it back to you, Brandon, so you can introduce our guest and his whole segment we have specialized for him. Take it away.
Oh, yeah. What? Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Don't worry. I'll stall. We are sponsored by Canon or Sony. I have a Sony camera. Sony, we're not sponsored, but we do. That makes us look better. We would like it. Bert, give us a fun fact about yourself before you tell your spiel. Bert, introduce you.
Fun fact is that I'm a 49ers fan.
Not fun.
Not fun.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it now. Sorry, I was looking up the title for it. That's the only thing I was confused about. Ladies and gentlemen, we're entering a new segment. We're going to try to here in the hard count. David is here with us, and as a special guest, David doesn't miss. If you don't know David, David doesn't miss on some bets at all. Look, if you want cash, there you go. Boom. Okay, just follow David's lead because let me tell you, he don't miss. He didn't miss a lot of times last year on some bets. And this is a segment we like to call Bert's Bookies Beware. And David's going to give us his 2 locks for this week/year.
Yeah,
Dave,
so starting off this weekend, I am headed straight to Sunday, and I'm going after that USC-LSU game. And even though USC lost Caleb Williams, they lost a bunch of other seniors, I think Lincoln Riley is always going to have a powerhouse offense. So I'm taking USC money line over LSU. I'm doing it. We're rocking with it. And
I like
the
it.
second pick, since it's the start of the season, we're going to go with the season-long pick. And this pick is so aggravating. Every time I open up my book, I see it, and I'm like, Vegas has lost their minds. They have no idea what they're doing. That's why you listen to me. We're going with Michigan State over on wins for the season. The line is at 4.5, and this is the easiest schedule. We have a great coach. We have a great quarterback. We're ready to go. The 4.5 is a joke to me, and it's embarrassing to Vegas that we have to sit here every single day, open up FanDuel or DraftKings or whatever, and see 4.5 for the Michigan State line. It's ridiculous. Hammer 4.5 wins. Hammer the over. We're rolling.
Talk to him, Bert.
That's not. I like it. I laughed at first, but it kind of made sense. 4 wins is insane, especially with that new. What is it? I don't know what their whole schedule looks like, but I could definitely see Nate Carter saying, "Put that team on my back, though," like that Greg Jennings thing, and just oh
yeah,
right up to 5 wins. Why not? No,
piece cake.
I mean,
but I like it.
We'll start the season 4-0. We have Florida Atlantic at home, Maryland away, Prairie View, and then Boston College. So we're 4-0.
I feel good about that.
Who just threw Prairie View week 3? Like that's like a week. That's a week 0, and they're just
we paid some money just for a win.
Yeah.
That's what we threw.
And then I'll be honest here, we'll probably lose to Ohio State and Oregon back to back. And then Iowa's looking pretty solid this year, and then we have Michigan. But then after that, it's Indiana, Illinois, Purdue, and Rutgers.
Just need
You're
one.
You're telling me we can't win one of those games?
Just need one.
I don't know.
Like I said, Vegas is on something else because the 4.5 line is a joke to me.
I actually like that. I second that And I like both those picks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay,
That
would
was
you have
phenomenal.
anything to say about those?
Yeah, they're great picks, not only because we love Sparty over here, but I think it is actually. The way you break down the season, it's pretty obvious. And also, got to love the USC money line. Lincoln Riley never misses. He always has a fantastic quarterback, and they seem to always be the Heisman. So I think shit's going to work out for him. I love those picks, Bert. Do you have anything else to say before we move on?
I think I've said my piece.
I like it.
Dude, you absolutely killed it. Now, that was Bert's Bookies Beware, sponsored by nobody, but
Sponsored by
DraftKings hit our line, or I guess hit his line because it's his segment. He is our guest. Now, we are at the main event of the evening. It is time for a fantasy football mock draft on Sleeper, not sponsored, but they are the best machine out there, so that's what we're going to ride with. Brandon, if you want to pull up that screen, look, he's already good. He's got us.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Today we got a 10 team. That's going to be 10. 1 to 10. I hope you can count. Mock draft, it's going to be standard settings, but not standard as in PPR. It's going to be half PPR settings. The rest is pretty much the same. Regular flex, regular wide receivers, regular running backs. And we're going to go through the draft and analyze the picks before us and how that makes our decision easier or worse and where we end up on the player. Bird is going to pick at 2. That is me picking at 6 because I can count. And that's Brandon picking at the corner on the turn at 10. Without further ado, I'm going to hand this off to Bert. I mean, you kind of have a very nice situation here, but if you mess this up, maybe fantasy's not for you. Go ahead, Bert, take it away.
There we go. And the draft has begun. Oh!
All right. So Tyreek Hill went first overall, which is fine. I think there is a clear-cut first overall this year with the one and only Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, that's not too bad, I would say. I would say that's pretty nice to get there.
It's pretty easy money. and Bert, I'm glad you didn't mess that up. And I will call out to Brandon. Could you please turn off that sound? Because I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Of
It's
course.
not even your fault. I just don't want our viewers to feel that way. Now I'm on the
Of
board.
course.
Tyreek goes. CMC goes. Good pick. And then it's up to me. Let me pull up this board. So we have Bijan, Amon-Ra, Brees Hall, A.J. Brown. I mean, you really can't go wrong here. It's what you're looking at and what I can get on the background of this, like at 2.5. I think I could get a running back over there, so I'm going to go with the certified stud in Amon-Ra St. Brown. I also am a Lions fan. Easy pick for me. I'm going to throw it to Brandon.
Jameer Gibbs goes before Bijan Robinson. All right, we're off to a great start.
Let's go.
Now, if you're looking at the back, right, so you got literally just 3 running backs. The 3 running backs that usually would go right after Christian McCaffrey, depending on how many teams are in. But those are the 3 running backs in the first round that are probably going to go. If not Gibbs, you might see in the second. So I got 2 picks back to back. So, we can either, but we got a long way to go before we get back to our next pick. So we got to be a little bit methodical about this. I love the A.J. Brown pick. I think it's a clear that he's just sitting right there. A.J. Brown 8 in the first couple weeks. And remember, you don't win your football league necessarily at the draft, but you can hope for the first couple weeks are great. And A.J. Brown did exactly that. So I'm going to take that with my first pick. And then my second pick, I can debate either taking a certified stud in Garrett Wilson. Now, I like Saquon Barkley, but you're doing the Philly stack right there. So that's a little scary. And, but you got Jonathan Taylor sitting right there, hoping that he has a bounce back year. This is tough right here because I could take 2 bona fide wide receiver ones, or I could take Jonathan Taylor at the running back position. You know what? I'm looking at the running backs. I'm going to take Garrett Wilson. I'm going to go 2 back-to-back wide receivers. That's just how I'm going to play it. I don't like the stack with A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley. There's too many weapons on Philadelphia. Those are my 2 picks right there.
I absolutely love that, Brandon. Good picks right there. He goes A.J. Brown and Garrett Wilson. Now, back on the clock. I took Amon-Ra in the first round, and my statement was I can get good running back talent here in the second round, which is true. I see Jonathan Taylor. I see Kyron Williams, Derrick Henry. Those are 3 really good running backs I could put on my team. But also, Marvin Harrison Jr., looking my way. He's going to get force-fed by Kyler Murray the same way he did to Hopkins back in the day. What do I want to do here? If it was me and I'm having fun, I'd go Marvin. But realistically, if I'm actually picking and I have money on this, I'm going to go with Kyron Williams, who's poised to have a massive year this year, and we already have Amon-Ra St. Brown, so it's going to be a nice balance. And now I take whoever I want throughout the rest of the draft. Bert, get him.
I think that's the right pick.
Thanks, man.
So Devontae Adams, Jonathan Taylor, and Josh Allen in the second here. Um, so with me taking CMC in the first, I think I'm going to go with what Cade said. Marvin Harrison is bound to have a great year with Kyler Murray just feeding him the ball. Every time I think of this connection, I just look back at the Kyler and D-Hop connection, and I want all of that. I want it all. So we're going Marvin Harrison here. So it comes around with Kelsey and Jacobs back to back. Maybe a reach on Jacobs a little bit, but that's fine. Looking at the board, I could play the upside of Drake London with a better quarterback this year. I think that there's a lot of weapons on that team with Kyle Pitts and Bijan. Um, I think I will go with Derrick Henry. I think he will get the goal line work. Lamar will be there, but if they have a running back like Derrick Henry, who they haven't had in the past, they're not going to risk Lamar running at the goal line anymore. Little QB draw outside zone with the QB. No, we're going Derrick Henry. I think he's going to have a great year.
Well,
I
Bird
like
has a fire lineup in CMC and Derrick Henry and Marvin Harrison Jr. Now it's back to me. London, Achane, and Olave go off the board. So on the big board, I got Ayuk, Pacheco, Samuel, Evans, Laporta, and the list goes on. But I'm actually going to take someone that is not on that list. I have a very solid base in Amon-Ra St. Brown, consistent player, and Howard Williams was absolutely electric last year. Let's take a shot. Fantasy is about the upside, not being in the middle of the pack and being safe. I don't feel safe today, my friends. I'm going to Nico Collins, who exploded on the scene last year, and I know there's 3 wide receivers in Houston. Not too worried about it. He's my upside play for this team.
I like it. I like the Nico Collins pick. Absolute steal. And then Derrick Henry. That's a great value there in the third. Now, this is kind of, in a way, what we were hoping for. I was kind of hoping Achane would somehow, by miracle, make it to me. But this is kind of the risk you play with fantasy. You never know. You take the risk. You know your players. You know who you're drafting against. And, for example, we actually got lucky, and Isaiah Pacheco's sitting right there. So, clearly, I don't need a wide receiver at least to worry about in this round. So, I'm going to take Isaiah Pacheco. Now, there's great wide receivers in Mike Evans, Deebo Samuel, Diggs, Waddle, however you want to see it, but clearly we have 2 absolute wide receiver ones that anybody would love to have, just one of them. So we don't really need to reach too much. We're not playing for a flex position in round 4. I'm liking Rachaad White sitting there. James Cook is sitting right there at the edge. I think James Cook's going to have a better year than Rachaad White because I think that offense is going to be a little bit more, how do I put, reliable on James Cook. I'm going to take James Cook right here and go Pacheco and Cook in the 3rd and 4th round. I'm surprised that Cook made it all the way down here, but I'll take it here.
Fantastic picks right there, Brandon. And that's something you did in this year's draft as well.
It is.
Stacked running back room, stacked wide receiver room, and now I'm on the clock. Devo goes, Evans goes, and Diggs goes. Waddle, DJ Moore, Kupp, Metcalf, Neighbors, to name off a few. I could pretty much get any kind of wide receiver I want right here, or I get Rachaad White. I like Rachaad White. I don't love him. So I'm not going to quite take him here, or I take my pick at quarterback, or I take my pick at tight end. Today, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. I like Malik Neighbors, and I think he'll be like a top 15 wideout this year, but I know Waddle has done this in the past, so I'm going to take him right here. It is a safer play, and I was risky with the last one, so let's take Waddle right here at the 4 spot.
I like it.
Yeah. Now I'm on the clock. Waddle, DJ Moore, Jalen Hurts goes, Malik Neighbors, like you said. I think I agree. He has that upside of that top 15, top 20. I think it's iffy with his quarterback. I think he'll be just all
You don't
right.
like Danny Dimes?
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with Daniel?
Get a grip, Bert.
Got a single touchdown in preseason. That's rough.
That was a little scary.
Rough stat.
I
All
saw
right.
that. And I'm like,
Being on the clock, we got CMC, Marvin Harrison, Derrick Henry. I'm liking the team a lot here. With the rookie wideout, I think I want to staff it with just a solidified wide receiver 1. So looking at that, we have DK. Cooper Kupp is there.
ooh.
You know what he can do, but he's been hurt. Do I trust Matthew Stafford this year? Not really. Um, we're gonna go with DK. Just a consistent pick here.
I like it. I
Love
was
it.
just surprised by it. That's all.
Now I'm second guessing myself
Oh,
because
God.
we
Don't
No,
do
have
don't
the
that.
second
pick.
guess
You're
yourself.
picking.
Hold on, not because of you, not because of you. I was just focused on wide receivers, but we're gonna take Lamar here since it
Okay.
will come around to us. Um,
Great pick.
and hopefully, there we go. Now we'll
There you
take
go.
DK.
There you go.
Consistency. There
Played
we
the
go.
turn, and look what happened. Got
Just
Lamar
beautiful.
and DK Metcalf, one player he knew he wanted, and then a bona fide quarterback one in Lamar Jackson. Kate, where are you going?
Just like Burt drew it up, it happened exactly. And we have 4 quarterbacks off the board. Let me look at the tight ends. Trey McBride, Mark Andrews, Kincaid, pretty good guys. Quarterback, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, Kyler, Joey. All good quarterbacks. It's my pick right here. After this round, the talent starts to fall off. But there's a guy here that I like a lot, and he's a very nice person in real life. And I'll talk to anybody. And I used to do his homework sometimes. Kenneth Walker is a kick-ass running back, and I'm a big fan of him. He's going to be on my roster. I'm going to throw it to Brandon.
I like that. I like that. I saw Kenneth Walker up there, and I saw the tight ends, and I was like, I think I know where you're going. But so 2 tight ends come right after that. C.J. Stroud bounces off at round 5. I think it's a little early for Stroud, but I like the 2 tight ends there. I was eyeing a tight end. Devontae Smith is sitting right there. Tank Dell is also sitting right there. Now, like Cade said, the talent does kind of dip a little bit. I have faith in James Conner. I like the David Montgomery. I like the Swift. But I'm not really thrilled about jumping on one of those this early at round 5. I like that Devontae Smith just kind of slid to us. I think he's an excellent pass catcher. So do I like Tank Dell more? I think it's kind of just a flip of a coin for me because both of them have excellent upside. Tank Dell's coming off a little bit higher of an injury, but I have faith in the Houston offense. I'm going to take Tank Dell. That's a doozy, and I like the Tank Dell pick right there. I think he's fast. I think that C.J. Stroud is going to just look at him most of the time, and also I really like these tight end options right here. There's Evan Ingram, Pitts, George Kittle, Dalton Kincaid. I don't think you can go wrong with either of them. I think if you're going to draft a tight end high, it's going to be Laporta, Andrews, McBride, Kelsey, or Kincaid, and then after that, you kind of just play the field. So I'm going to take Kincaid here. I'm going to wrap it with a tight end and Dalton Kincaid in the 6th round with Tank Dell in my 5th.
Come on, Brandon. Leave Kincaid for me. Kincaid goes off the board, and that is exactly what I wanted. But have no fear. I'm going to take a quarterback. Now, Anthony Richardson. Great 2 games last year, but just 2 games. And I saw something today, and if you watch the same thing as I do, you'll know what I'm talking about. He's only played 14 games since high school. That's absolutely absurd. And he hasn't looked the best in preseason. So how about no? Joey always gets hurt. That leaves me with Kyler Murray. Is this an early pick right here? I don't think so. Kyler's going to light it up this year with Marvin Harrison Jr. That is my auto selection. Let's throw it to Burt.
Yeah, like I
pick.
said with the Marvin Harrison pick, I just always think back to D-Hop and Kyler, and I want all of that. So I completely agree with that pick. Let's see what we got on the board. We kind of have the team built out. We're just missing a tight end. Do I want Kyle Pitts? No, I'm not on that wagon this year. I jumped off that last year. I don't think it's going to happen. Sue me.
Ever?
Let's see. Let's see what's on the board. Amari Cooper, James Conner, George Pickens. Good picks all around. I think I'm going to reach a little bit here. And with the recent news of Jahan Dotson leaving, I know he didn't do a lot, but just another receiver gone. I think I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. And I trust Jaden Daniels. And
Terry.
I'm excited to watch Scary Terry play this year.
I like it. And Luke's back.
Luke's back. Amari Cooper, James Conner, both great picks. Let's see. I could use another running back. Kyle Pitts is still just staring at me. Next is Evan Ingram and Brock Bowers. think that we could possibly wait on those guys. Maybe Cade will take them now that I'm saying that. But let's see. Uh, with my next pick, we will be taking David Montgomery. And because I think Jahmyr Gibbs is struggling with the hamstring still, he's an explosive player. Those explosive running backs, I don't wish it on anyone, but tend to have injury issues. And I like the David Montgomery safe pick. I think he'll get goal line work, and we're riding with it.
Just
I like it.
phenomenal. Just phenomenal. Like clockwork over there. Burt Island is making all the great picks. We're back on the clock. We got St. Brown, Collins, Waddle, great wide receiver room. Keenan, Kyron, and Kenneth. Oh, KK, like that in my running back room. Now we're on the clock. I got a quarterback at Kyler Murray, too. So, what do we want to do here? Do we want to go running back, wide receiver, quarterback? No. How about tight end? Evan Ingram, Brock Bowers, Jake Ferguson, Njoku, all solid picks, but all kind of in the same tier for me. I'm going to wait it out and take some value here. Do I go running back and get somebody I know is going to be a good starter and be like a running back 3, 2, someone I can start consistently, or do I take a shot? The answer is you always take a shot. Jaden Reed out of selection. I'm making the Michigan State Spartans, and is going to be a very good player in year 2. He is Love's favorite receiver, and they make him the focal point of the offense, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. Brandon, go get him.
I like it. Interesting. I like the jump there. Now, I was kind of hoping that DeAndre Swift or Raheem Mostert was going to slide all the way down here. But that clearly did not happen.
Got sniped.
So they did get sniped right there. We just learned Nick Chubb going to start 4 straight weeks on the PUP list. So he is out. So the running back room is kind of thin, depending how you view Ramondre Stevenson. I personally am not the biggest fan of him because I don't trust that offense at all. So we're kind of in a bind here. I mean, we don't necessarily need a running back. It would just help to have a nice little safety blanket. The question is, do I really trust Najee Harris that much? I mean, Jalen Warren is injured. So
Is
someone's
he?
got to run that. Well, he did have that hamstring injury in the preseason, so it's
You're right.
It's not great. I think he's missing some time. I don't know if he'll be exactly ready for week 1. Of course, they don't really spill that until like the day of. But we still have 2 picks here. So one of them can be a jump on someone, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take Najee. I'll be the dude. I'll take the kind of the Kyle Pitts of running backs, in my opinion. You know, you just kind of hope and pray that he finds the end zone. I'm hoping for one good year out of him. And then there's two guys I'm looking at. Of course, I can go quarterback here. Quarterbacks in Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, Tua Tagovailoa, Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff. I love all those guys, at least from what I'm playing from. Because clearly we didn't take a top quarterback, so we're just kind of playing the upside of the lower round guys. But I'm going to wait on quarterback because most of these teams have a quarterback besides Team 1. So you know they're not going to necessarily jump on them probably unless they just absolutely love someone. I'm going to take a shot on a homer pick and none other than Rome Odunze. Give me him. I didn't get him in any of my drafts, so just let me have him in one of my mocks. And, yeah, I'm sitting there with Rome Odunze and Najee Harris.
Fantastic picks, Brandon. We're back on the clock. Well, you're missing a tight end, and it's a glaring issue. The value on the board besides that, worthy, potential upside. I love Calvin, of course, but it is time for a tight end. Ingram there, and so is Njoku. Njoku has a little Q next to his name, which means questionable for y'all that you don't know. Let's go with Evan Ingram. Very nice pick out of Jacksonville. I'm going to throw it to Bert.
Yeah, I also need to go tight end here, and I think, wow, I got sniped.
Yeah, you did.
Just gonna go Brock Bowers. All right, back to the drawing board. We're gonna go with who's on the board. We got Jake Ferguson, Njoku, Dallas Goedert. I think we're gonna go with Jake Ferguson just because that offense is probably the strongest out of those 3, besides maybe Philly, but Philly's super spread out. Yeah, we're going Jake Ferguson as the tight end number 1. On the turn is Dak and Calvin Ridley. And as Kate said, fantasy is all about taking shots to win with this next pick, we are taking the once upon a time two-sport Spartan dog, Keon Coleman.
Ooh.
I
Love that
like
pick out of Burt right there. Keon, stud. We're on the clock. We got a quarterback, a tight end, 4 wide receivers, and 2 running backs. There's an obvious position we're going to go for here. Let's look at the running back position. It's pretty yucky. I'm seeing Warren, who's hurt. Eckler. I think Warren's got upside, though. Javonte Williams. Brooks, who's on the pup. No real right answer here. Wide receiver, you got options across the board. It's not homer, but like long shot picks. You can go back tight end. I'm not going to do that. But the most confident pick I have right here is going to be in rookie Jaden Daniels. He's going to run the ball nonstop, and that is money for fantasy. And I'm going to give it to Brandon.
awesome pick there. I like it. Now, like Cade said, not a lot of talent at running back that you see. Can take a shot at a couple guys. Devin Singletary is going to be the starter, it looks like, in New York, but who knows what is going on up there. Couldn't score in the preseason, like David said. Lad McConkey, Hollywood Brown is dealing with that kind of terrifying injury for fantasy owners. I'm going to, and we still don't have a quarterback. So, clearly, with the run of Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott, I think with one of these two picks, we take a quarterback. Now, Jonathan Brooks, he's starting the year on the pup. Is that true? Is he going to miss the first 4 games?
Guaranteed.
Yep.
Okay. That's not great.
No.
That's not good. So, I'm looking at these 3 guys right here in Gus Edwards, Brian Robinson, and Devin Singletary. Brian Robinson splitting, Gus Edwards, maybe lead back. I'm going to take Devin Singletary here. Someone's got to run the ball in for for New York. Speaking of Chicago, it slipped out, but Caleb Williams, clear cut, round 10, got to take him. Taking him over Jordan Love. Ain't no way you're catching me drafting Jordan Love. Brock Purdy, ain't no way. System quarterback. No, I'm playing. But I'm taking the shot on the rookie, taking the upside. Cade, go ahead.
I think you might have just predicted Bert's pick on the way back here. It's going to be Brock Purdy, as we know. But I'm on the clock, and I got everything I could ever want. I got a bunch of explosive wide receivers. I got 2 running backs. I could probably use a third. 2 quarterbacks that I'm in love with, and a tight end that's with some upside. What do we want to do here? Running back. Fine. Jalen Warren, he could sit. He doesn't have to start. Liking that one. Wide receiver, I got plenty of those guys with plenty of upside. I'm going to sit it out, wait for a round later. Not going tight end. That's a waste of a pick. Not going quarterback. So let's go with Jalen Warren right here. The running back out of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And throw it to Bert.
On the clock, Lad McConkey goes, Hollywood Brown, Austin Eckler. Looking at the team, I have CMC, Marvin, Derrick Henry, Lamar, DK, Scary Terry, Monty, Ferguson, and Keon. I could use another running back. Trend continues. Talent's not great. I think Gus will probably be the number 1 in LA. Trey Benson could possibly step into the injured, riddled James Conner backfield. I think the safest pick here, probably Gus Edwards. Brian Robinson's also sitting there. Do I love either of the Washington running backs? I do not. We're going to take Gus Edwards. Hope he stays healthy. Just going to ride the bench until someone hopefully doesn't get hurt. All right, back to me. Purdy gets sniped off the board. He was going to be my backup. But I
Mess
think
around,
we're
find
just
out,
going to
Bert.
go value here. I like JSN. Looking down the board, nothing's really catching my eye. Yeah, we're going to go Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think he has upside of being wide receiver 2, not upside. He might already solidify that role out of Tyler Lockett, but hopefully he has a good year.
Good stuff, Bert. A good pronunciation. See, I can't even say that word. Good pronunciation on JSN. I can't do that myself. Very proud of you. It's up to me on the clock. I got everything I want and more. 2 quarterbacks. I don't need another tight end. Now it's just picking for fun. And for some reason, I saw this man go for a first-rounder in my Dynasty League, and I scratched my head and I said, who the hell is this? He's a rookie. Trey Benson, the running back out of Arizona. High potential. We've known this. I didn't know he was going to be the starter quite yet. But this mock draft is for fun, and I'm going to take my shot right here. Trey Benson, if he hits, he could be a potential starter on my team with an not okay second-tier running back, but a decent running back in Kenneth Walker III, who gets injured a little bit.
Very true, very true. And we're liking it. Like Cade said, we're taking shots on people at this point in the rounds. You got your starters. To review mine, A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Isaiah Pacheco, James Cook, Tank Dell, Dalton Kincaid, Najee Harris, Roma Dunze, Devin Singletary, Caleb Williams. So we're just taking shots. I really like Brian Thomas here for Jacksonville. He's been going off preseason. Trevor Lawrence seems to like him. So let's go there. Let's take a shot on him. I'm looking down here, and I'm liking, it is word that Dalvin Cook is supposedly visiting Dallas tomorrow.
What?
Just found that out before we recorded. So I was going to say Zeke because someone's got to get in the, kind of similar to New York, someone's got to get in the end zone on the running game. And I think Zeke is the favorite too, unless they sign someone like Dalvin Cook. Then it's a little questionable. But as of right now, we're going to – I like the youth in Tajay Spears. So I'm going to take Tajay Spears here in the 12th round. I think that's a great value.
Absolutely love that, Brandon. Brandon is just killing this draft, and so is Bert. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm on the clock. I'm definitely doing the best by far. And we got 4 running backs, 4 wide receivers, 2 quarterbacks, and a tight end. Do we go Justin Tucker? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the best kicker in the game and not even think about it. Let's throw it to Bert.
Best kicker in the game. I'm going to wait on defense and kicker. Again, we're going to take that shot. Maybe Ayuk doesn't sign. We're going to get that boy, Slick Ricky Pearsall, sign him to the squad. Back to me. Here, we're going to take a defense. We're going to get the best defense in the league. Has been for a couple of years now. Spearheaded by Fred Warner. Give me the Niners.
Okay. We got some kickers and we got some defenses off the board. I like it. Like to see it.
The kickers are flowing, and so are the defenses. Or maybe it's just me and Bert taking dumb picks, but it's exciting, and it's coming back my way. And I'm just taking whoever I want. It's really up to me. Donovan Mitchell, good wide receiver. Doesn't like the block, but damn it, he runs good routes. Let's go Donnie right here and throw it to Brandon.
Sweet. Well, I know the very last pick is coming to me, so I'm going to take my defense and kicker right here with whoever I want. Because there is a plethora of them, and this kind of when it starts to trickle in. Defense, kind of pick your poison here. I like the Jets or the Cowboys. Let's just go. I like the Cowboys here. Let's go Cowboys defense, and then with my kicker, let's go. Let's just hit the guy that can just nail 60-yarders like nothing. I'll just take Cowboys all around in the special teams division / defense.
Fantastic picks right there, Brandon. Brandon's taking Micah Parsons in a contract year as never a bad bet. And here we go. Back on the clock. I could take a defense here, or I just take a random dart throw on anybody I want. Let's take a first-round pick. Why not? Let's go with Xavier Leggett, the outlier, the fifth-year breakout. That shit never happens. We're going to take him right here, and we have like 8 wide receivers now, and it's going to go to Bert.
The pickers are flying off the board, but I'm going to take a shot here with my second to last pick, and we're going to go. I was thinking Jalen Wright, hoping that the Miami running back kind of the trend continues with Devon Chain, and then it goes Jalen Wright. But I think I'm going to take Rico Dowdle on Dallas, and hope he just gets the touches of a running back 1. Next, we are going to take the kicker. We got Cameron Dicker. He's got a cool name, like him. Yeah, it's going to be Cameron Dicker going off the board.
Fantastic. And I'm on the clock, and I'm picking a defense. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go with Cleveland. I think Deshaun Watson is a terrible quarterback now, and they're not going to score any points. So it's going to be a low-scoring game. Let's go to Brandon.
Well, we only have one quarterback, and that's a rookie, Caleb Williams. So I think with the last pick, with Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence sitting right there, I can just take a pick. A lot of people don't think the offense of the Chargers is going to be good enough for Herbert to put up good fantasy numbers, but we already technically have a quarterback, so we're kind of just taking a shot in the dark. And I think Justin Herbert is miles ahead of Trevor Lawrence. So give me Justin Herbert to round it out. Get my final quarterback of the year.
That's a beautiful
for that
noise.
pick. And there we go. That is our 10-team half PPR snake mock draft.
Brandon, go through your team.
All right. In pick 10, we have A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson coming in at round 2. The snake back on 3 and 4 is Pacheco and James Cook. And then it goes Tank Dell, Dalton Kincaid, Najee Harris, Roma Dunze, Devin Singletary, Caleb Williams, Brian Thomas, Tajay Spears, the Cowboys defense, Brandon Aubrey, and Justin Herbert.
Absolutely
Squad.
delicious.
Thank you.
Goodness. Bert, you go ahead. I'll wrap it up.
All right, with the second overall pick, I took CMC, Maserati Marv, Derrick Henry, Lamar, DK Metcalf, Scary Terry, David Montgomery, Jake Ferguson, Keon Coleman, Gus Edwards, JSN, Rick Pearsall, 49ers defense, Ricky Dowdle, and Cameron Dicker.
Phenomenal.
Great squad.
As a first-time guest in this show, Bert's been absolutely killing it, let me tell you.
Heck
Because
yeah.
Brandon and I are professionals. And speaking of professionals, let's go to my squad. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kyron Williams, Nico Collins, Waddle, and Walker. That is a 5-man powerhouse. And we got Kyler Murray, who's going to kill it this year. Jay Reed for a little bit of upside. Ingram, because he's fine, and we need a tight end. And then we go Jaden Daniels and a backup quarterback, because what if someone gets hurt? They both run a lot. Warren, Benson, Tucker, Mitchell, Leggett, and Cleveland, the Browns. That is my squad, that is Brandon's squad, and that is Bert's squad. Brandon, get us out of here.
All right, let us know who was your favorite tailgate pick. What do you think of David's, if you're going in on David's Bookies Beware picks? Let us know about our teams to make the championship and win the championship, hoist up that trophy wherever they are, whether you're an NHL fan, NBA fan, NFL fan, college football fan, all of the above. Let us know down in the comments what you liked in this segment, in this episode. All our socials will be down below. Huge thanks for David hanging out with us and doing a mock draft with us. If you want to see more David, let us know. We'll probably add him on anyway. So, regardless. But let us know.
You better like him.
Yeah, you better like him. And then let us know how you guys like our mock draft. We know a lot of you guys are drafting this week, so big week for a lot of you mock drafters. And guys, we thank you guys so much for tuning into the Hard Count, and more episodes to come during the NFL season. We're back. We're going to start cooking out probably an episode a week if we can. And guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe below, and we'll see you next time on the Hard Count. Peace.